Good morning, friends. So we are almost at the end of the chapter, surface area and volumes. We started with the surface area and volumes of the three-dimensional shapes from standard 9, and then we continue to find the surface area, the lateral surface area and the curved surface area, the total surface area and the volumes of the combination of solid, whether it's a combination of a cylinder and a cone or a sphere and a cone. Okay, so we have worked on this. In the last lecture, we did the formula of the frustum of a cone. So I hope you do remember what a frustum is. When you cut a cone parallel to the base and remove the top cone, what remains is the frustum. Now, you can see this formulae which we used in the previous chapter, but in this chapter we are now going to do what? We are going to try to find out, yes, the formulae, try to derive this. Now we'll begin with first finding the L. Okay, so let us first begin by finding the L. So you can see here what is the L. L is h square r1 minus r2 the whole square. This is the L we'll find out. Now it's a very simple thing. You can see what is the height from here to here. That is h. Okay. So if I draw from this point and put a straight line down, so it is not straight, but if I put a straight line down, this will give me h. Right? So I have to make a line parallel to the given line. So if I draw this line here in a rectangle, what it will have? This will be h. Now this is r2. I complete the rectangle, so this is also r2. So this small part here is r1 minus r2. Okay. So we have got a right angle triangle. So in the right angle triangle we have now L square equal to this side, that is h square, plus the bottom here, that is r2 minus r1 whole square. So L is equal to under root h square plus r2 minus r1 the whole square. So try to remember this figure. If you remember this figure, it will be easier for you to remember the formula also. Now we'll begin with the volume of the frustum. So how will you find the volume of the frustum? To find the volume of the frustum, you got this bigger cone. You can see this bigger cone whose total height from top to bottom, I have called the total height h. Okay, that is the total height of the total cone, and this is the radius of the total cone. R1 is the radius of the total cone. From that, I have to find the volume of this whole cone using h as the height and r1 as the radius, and from that I have to subtract the volume of this top cone whose height is h prime and radius is r2. Okay, now you can see I have taken the height of the frustum as h, top cone is h prime. So I have certain relationships which we are going to derive. So let me write it here. If you can see, h total height equal to h prime plus h. The total height h is h prime, that is the height of this top cone, plus h, the height of the frustum. So I can write h equal to h minus h prime. Okay, so this is the height of the frustum. The height of this is the height of the frustum. Okay, is it clear? In the same way, just now first we'll work on the volume of the frustum. So what is the formula for volume of the frustum of the cone? volume of the first term should be equal to volume of bigger cone minus volume of smaller cone. The volume of bigger cone will be, what is the formula? 1 by 3 pi r square. So which is the radius of the bigger cone? You can see it is r1. So I'll write here r1 square. H. Which h I would take? Capital H. So I'll write here capital H. Minus volume of the smaller cone 1 by 3 pi, what I'll write here, r square. Now that is r2 square, and the height of the smaller cone is h prime. But I do not want this h, I do not want this h prime, I want neither of them. Why neither of them? Because the height of the first term is only this h. So I want to eliminate one of these. So how I eliminate one of this? I'll write here 1 by 3 pi r1 square. Okay, instead of this h I will write h prime plus h minus 1 by 3 pi r2 square h prime. So I have got 1 by 3 pi r1 square h prime plus 1 by 3 pi r1 square h minus 1 by 3 pi, sorry, r2 r2 square h prime. Okay, now this h prime is also, I have to eliminate this, but first I'll take 1 by 3 pi common. So in the bracket I get r1 square h, this is what I've taken here, plus I'll take the h prime common into bracket r1 square, and when this bracket opens, so I've got r1 square minus r2 square. Now what I have to do is eliminate this h prime. Now how do I eliminate the h prime in the terms of h? Here we will bring into similarity. Now what similarity? Let me write the names of these triangles. But anyway, you can see here, let me call it O, let me call this A, and let me call this B, let me call this C, and let me call this D. Now look at triangle AOB. This angle is 90, and in OCD this is 90, and this angle is common to both. So triangle OAB is similar to triangle OCD. So I have got OA upon OC equal to AB upon CD. Similarity. Now continue this analogy further. What will we get? OA is H prime, OC is capital H equal to AB is R2 and this is R1. So H prime, what is the capital H? It is H prime plus H. So H prime upon H prime plus H equal to R2 upon R1. Okay. Now cross multiply. What will you get on cross multiplying? You will get R1 H prime equal to R2 H prime plus R2 H. So we get R1 H prime minus R2 H prime equal to R2 H. Take out the H prime common. We have got R1 minus R2 equal to R2 H. Okay, is it clear to you? So H prime R1 minus R2 is R2H. So what I will do here is I will write 1 by 3 pi bracket R1 square H plus, what I will do, I will keep the H prime as it is, and A square minus B square I will write R1 minus R2 into R1 plus R2. Now see, this H prime R1 minus R2 is what? I can put this R2H instead of H prime R1 minus R2. So I get 1 by 3 pi R1 square H plus R2H into bracket R1 plus R2. Okay, R1 plus R2. So now 1 by 3 pi, let me take this H also common outside. So I get H into bracket R1 square plus R2 into R2 is R2 square plus R2 into R1 is plus R1 R2. And this is the way we derive the formula of the volume of the frustum of the core. This is not asked for your derivation, but this is just for your understanding. So I hope this is clear to you, the frustum of the core. Right? Now we'll derive the next formula, total surface area. Okay, but before the total surface area, we'll derive this part here, which is the curved surface area. Now you can see how you find the total surface area. The curved surface area plus the circle at the bottom and plus the circle at the top. So circle at the bottom and circle at the top, if you add the top circle and the bottom circle, but before that we will find out the curved surface area of the frustum. Again, curved surface area of frustum. How will you find out? Frustum equal to CSA of bigger cone minus CSA of smaller cone. Okay. CSA of bigger cone is pi. Okay, pi. Now, what is the radius of the larger, with the bigger cone? The bigger cone has a radius R1. So I'll write here R1. And the slant height of the bigger cone is L. So I'll write here capital L. Minus the slant of the smaller cone, so the surface area of smaller cone is pi. Radius of the smaller cone is R2. So R2 and L prime. Now I do not want the L, neither I want the L prime. I want this L, that is the slant height of the frustum only. So again you can see L is equal to L prime plus L. So L prime equal to L minus L. Okay? And again you have to do the same thing here. O, A, B, C, D. You can see triangle OAB is similar to triangle OCD. OCD. So this I will not take OA. I don't need OA. What I need this time is the other one. What is that? AB upon CD equal to OB upon OD. So AB is R2, CD is R1, equal to OB is L prime, and OD is L prime plus L, the whole L, capital L. Okay, first I'll write the capital L, the bigger one. So it is L, which will give me R2 upon R1 equal to L prime plus L. Cross multiply, what do you get? R2 L prime plus R2 L equal to R1 L prime, or R2 L equal to R1 L prime minus R2 L prime. Taking out common, we get L prime into bracket R1 minus R2. So you got R2L equal to L prime R1 minus R2, or L prime equal to R2L upon L prime R1 minus R2. Okay. Now instead of this L, what I will put instead of this L? Instead of L, I'll put L prime plus L. So I get pi R1 bracket L prime plus L minus pi R2 L prime. So this gives me okay. Now sorry, there is a mistake I made here. We have got R2L equal to L prime R1 minus R2. So this L prime won't come. L prime equal to R2L upon R1 minus R2. So open the bracket and you got pi R1 L prime plus pi R1 L minus pi R2 L prime. So we take this pi R1 L. This is pi R1 L, and this we keep as how plus pi L prime I take outside the bracket. Instead I get R1 minus R2. R1 minus R2. Now L prime R1 minus R2 is R2L. So I will write here pi RL plus pi. What does this become? R2L. So if you take out R pi common, you get R1 plus R2L. So this is the curved surface area of the frustum. Add the cone at the top, the circle at the top and the bottom, and you get the total surface area of the frustum. So these are the derivation of the formula which we have to learn. Okay, you don't have to learn the derivation, you only have to understand how this formula came. If you can learn the formula, fair enough. Now we'll do a few more sums on the frustum. Okay, so Hanumpa and the wife Gangamma are busy making jaggery out of sugarcane juice. They have processed the sugarcane juice to make the molasses, which is poured into molds in the shape of the frustum. So the mold is in the shape of a frustum, having diameters of the circular faces 30 and 35. So if you make that vessel of the shape of a frustum, the diameters are 30 and 35. This diameter smaller one is 30 and the bigger diameter is 35. It is the shape of a frustum. And the vertical height of the mold, the vertical height is 40. If each centimeter cube of molasses has a mass of 1.2 gram, find the mass of the molasses that can be poured into each mold. So what you have to see first, molasses that can be poured. So how much molasses you can pour in the mold which in the face of frustum, that is the volume of the mold. Volume of the mold. The formula is 1 by 3 pi h R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 R2. How much is that? 1 by 3 into 22 by 7, h is 14. Now R1 square, diameter is 35 sorry, so the radius is 35 by 2, so 35 by 2 the whole square plus 15, this is below 30 by 2, so right here 30 by 2 the whole square plus 35 by 2 into 30 by 2. So 7 ones are 7 twos are. So we have got 22 into 2 upon 3. 35 the whole square will be 1225 upon 4. 30 the whole square will be 900 upon 4 plus 35 into 30 will be 1050 upon 4. This is 22 by 2 upon 3. How much will this give us? 1225 plus 900 plus 1050 got 5713. So 3175 upon 4. You do the cutting and you get approximately a nearby answer 11641.7 centimeter cube. Now each centimeter cube, so 1 centimeter cube carries 1.2 gram. Therefore, mold. So mass of the molasses in 1 mold in 1 mold will be equal to 11641.7 into 1.2, that is 13970.04 grams. The multiplication, or this is almost equal to 13.97 kg, almost equal to 14 kg. So 14 kg jaggery can be made from 1 mold using this molasses. Okay. The next sum we have is an open metal bucket is in the shape of a frustrum. So we have again a metal bucket in the shape of a frustrum. Okay. Now mounted on a hollow cylindrical base. So this is the cylindrical base at the bottom. Cylindrical base. The diameter of the two circular ends of the bucket are 45 and 25. So again they have given the diameters is 45. So radius R1 will be 45 upon 2 and below it is 25. So R2 will be equal to 25 upon 2. The vertical height of the bucket is 40. So the bucket has got a vertical height which is 40. H is equal to 40. And the cylindrical base has got a height 6. So this base here has got a height 6 centimeter. You have to find the metallic sheet used to make the bucket. Now metallic sheet means you have to find out the curved surface area of the frustum and the curved area of the cylinder. Why the curved? Because that is only where the metal is used. So we'll write here metal used is equal to CSA of frustum plus CSA of cylinder, that is at the bottom. They both are made up of metals. Now first of all, the height of the bucket is 40, the height of the bucket, but the height of the cylinder is 6. So height of frustum will be 40 minus 6 equal to 36 centimeter. Okay, and to know the curved surface area we should know the value of L. In the formula we need to use the L. So what was L? How did we find L? Do you remember the formula now? L is equal to L is equal to under root h square minus, h square plus r1 minus r2 the whole square. What is that equal to? H is 36, so 36 square, sorry, not 36, 34, is 30, 40 minus 6 will be 34, 34, 34 square plus r1 is 45 by 2, r2 is 25 by 2, so 20 by 2, we get 10 square equal to 30. What is 34 square? 34 square is 1156, 10 square is 100 equal to under root 1256. What is the square root of 1 root 1.56? It is approximately 35.44 centimeter. So that is the slant height of the first term. So now the metal used is what? CSA of fulcrum. What is the formula for CSA of fulcrum? The formula is pi r1 plus r2 into L. And the CSA of the cylinder is what? The curved surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi RH. Yes? I hope you do remember the formula. It is 2 pi RH. But we'll write 2 pi r. R is at the bottom. So bottom is what? R2. So we should write 2 pi r2 h prime, the height of the cylinder. So now put the value. We'll write 22 by 7 r1 plus r2. It is 45 by 2 plus 25 by 2, that is 72 by 2, 70 by 2, that is 35 into L. L was 35.44 approximately, plus 2 pi, R2 is 22, 25.2, and H prime, the height is 6. So we have 7 ones are 7 5s are, right? So we have 22 into 35.44 plus 2 into 22 by 7 into 25 into 6, 95 by 2, sorry, 2 gets cut. So if you add it up and do the calculation, you get approximately 4860.9 centimeter square. But this is the curved surface area. We also have to find the volume that the bucket can hold. So I'll rub a few things off. I'll remove the L now so we can find out the volume of the bucket. Okay. So we had this answer 4860.9 centimeter square. Now volume. What is the formula of the volume? Volume, the bucket. Now we don't have the cylinder because cylinder doesn't hold water. It's only the frustrum. So we'll find volume of frustrum. The formula is 1 by 3 pi h r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 r2. So that is equal to 1 by 3 into 22 by 7. Height of the frustrum is 34 into 45 by 2 the whole square plus 25 by 2 the whole square plus 45 upon 2 into 25 upon 2 whole into bracket. So do the multiplication, you get 22 by 7 into 34 upon 3, and if you add this and multiply and add this, you get 943.75. Doing the calculation, we will get 33615.48 centimeter cube. So I am not doing the calculation because it is a part of the textbook example, but this was just for your understanding. Now we'll see a few sums, more sums. The fez, that is the cap used by the Turks, is shaped like the frustum of a cone. So it's a cap that the Turkish people wear. Now there is an open side. This is the open side to wear the cap. The radius is R1, the bigger one, is 10 centimeter, and upper radius R2 is 4 centimeter, and the slant height L is given 15 centimeter. So all things are given to us. We have to find the material. So material, how is the material used? The material used is CSA of frustum, the side plus this top is also covered, material used, so area of top. So CSA of the frustum, what is the formula for CSA of the frustum? Do you remember CSA of the frustum? It is pi R1 plus R2 L, pi R1 plus R2 into L, plus area of the top will be pi R2 square. So 22 upon 7 R1 plus R2, so 10 plus 4, 14 into L, that is 15, plus 22 by 7, R square is 4 into 4. So 7 1s are 7 2s are 15 2s are 30, 30 22s are 660, plus 22 into 16 divided by 7 is approximately 50.28. So 660 plus 50.28 will give us 710.28 centimeter square. This is the total area of the material used to make the cap. The next sum we have the container opened from the top and made up of metal sheet is in the form of the frustum of a cone. So it is open of the top and height is 16. So the height of the frustum is 16 centimeter. Radius of the lower end is 8 centimeter. So R2 lower end is 8 centimeter and R1 is 20 centimeter upper. So the upper is bigger and the lower is smaller. Frustum whose height is 16, R2 is 8 and R1 is 20. Find the cost of the milk can completely filled in the container at the rate of 20 per liter. Also find the cost to make the metal sheet to make the container if it costs 8 rupees per centimeter square. And it will take by 3.14. Now milk that can be filled inside. So milk that can be filled equal to volume of frustum. What is the formula for volume of frustum? 1 by 3 pi h R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 R2. 1 by 3 pi to take 314 100. H is given, the height is given 16 centimeter into R1 square. R1 is 20, so 400 plus R2 square. R2 square is 8, so 64 plus R1 R2, so 20 into 1 is 160. So we have got 314 into 16 upon 3 into 100 into, how much do we get here? 4, 6 and 6, 12, 2, carry 1, 4 and 5 and 1, 6. Okay, so do the calculation to get the answer. Equal to 1044992 divided by 100, or equal to 10449.92 centimeter cube. Okay, so we'll write it as approximately 10450 centimeter cube. Now 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 ml. Okay, approximately 1 ml. So this will be equal to 10450 ml, or 10.45 liters. What is the cost of 1 liter? 20 rupees per liter. So cost of 20 liters will be, total cost will be 10.45 into 20. We get 20900 decimal point, so almost rupees 209. So 209 rupees the milk will cost. Now we have to see how much metal to use to make the container. So let us try to find that metal. The metal used will be, metal used should be CSA of frustum plus metal at the bottom, means area of bottom. This you have to find out. What is the formula of CS of a frustum? Pi R1 plus R2 into L, plus area of bottom is pi R2 square. How do we find out L? Remember the formula, L is equal to under root h square plus R1 minus R2 the whole square. What is the h? H is given 16. 16 square is 256. 256 plus 20 minus 8, that is 12. 12 square is 144. So we have got under root 250 is 140, that is 400. So under root 400 is 20. So L is 20. So this becomes 314 upon 100. R1 plus R2 is 20 plus 8. 28 into 20 plus pi 314 upon 100 into R2 is 8 into 8. So 0, 0 gets cut. What do we have multiplying? We have approximately, this is 1758.4 plus we have 209.96. Yes, on adding the 2 we get, so 200.96, 200.96. On adding the 2 we have 1959.36 centimeter square. That is the metal which is used. Now 100 centimeter square cost 8 rupees. So 1959.36 centimeter square will cost. You can cross multiply and get the answer. will approximately cost rupees 156.75. So this is the approximate cost of making the container. Okay, so we have a metallic circular cone of height 20 centimeter. So draw cone of height, the total height is 20 centimeter and the vertical angle is 60. So the vertical angle is 60. It is cut in two parts from the middle. So from my middle I cut it. So now this top part is 10 and the height of the frustum h is also 10. Okay, and from this frustum a wire is made of diameter 1 by 6. So diameter of the wire is 1 by 16. So radius is 1 upon 32. We have to find the length of the wire. So volume of wire, cylindrical wire, will be equal to volume of frustum, because we are just converting one to another. Volume of wire will be cylinder, so pi r square h, or I'll call it L, the length this time. Let me call it h. Do not confuse it with the slant height. So let me call this h prime. That is the length of the wire, h prime. And the volume of the first is given by 1 by 3 pi h r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 r2. But where is the r1 and the r2? We don't have any r1 and r2. So how will we find r1 and r2? This angle is 60. So if I cut it from the middle, this angle will become 30. Right? Let me call this r1. And this I know is 10 because it is half. Now using trigonometry, I get tan 30 degree equal to opposite, that is r1 upon adjacent, that is 10. So 1 by root 3 equal to r1 upon 10 implies r1 equal to 10 upon root 3. Also, if I take the entire triangle right from the very top, I get this height is 20 and this is r2. So tan 30 degree is also equal to r2 upon 20, 1 upon root 3 equal to r, so not r square, r2 upon 20. So r2 equal to 20 upon root 3. Now left in the value, the pi and the pi gets cut. R square means 1 upon 32 into 1 upon 32 into h prime equal to 1 by 3. H is 10. It is given the height of the first term is 10. R1 square. R1 is 20 by root 3. So the square will become 400 upon 9 plus R2 square. R2 is 10 by root 3. So it becomes 100 upon 9 plus R1 into R. So 20 into 10 is 200. Below is 3. So it won't be 9, it will be 3 because it is root 3. So we have to keep it 3. So this we should keep it 3. 3 and 3. So we have got 1 upon 1024 into h prime equal to 1 upon 3 into 10 into 400 plus 200, 600 plus 100, 700. So 700 upon 3. So h prime equal to 10 into 700 into 1024 upon 9. This should give us the approximate answer. That is nearly equal to 798,777.77 centimeter. So converting into meter we get 7987.77 7 we get 78 meter. So we get this approximate value 7987.78 meter. So here we use trigonometry to find out R1 and R2, and then we found out the length of the wire. So we are going to end the chapter here. The syllabus ends here. Now we are going to practice sums, solve doubts, and even go to some live sessions. So I'm going to end here. Thank you.